There's no life after death for those who don't believe in Christ and refuse to live by his ways. This life, by rejecting Jesus, it is the only chance at happiness that you will ever get. So, go ahead and do whatever you want, to whomever you want, because there's truly no tomorrow. The people you hurt or kill, when they die, if they knew Jesus and followed his words, then they'll get to spend eternity in his kingdom. Those who didn't, will die. Therefore, it doesn't matter what you do to them. It really doesn't. By having no life after death, your world opens up. There are no consequences. Morality is simply a white line on the road meant to stop you, to limit you from exerting your freedom. You're an animal with wants and needs, and you can't fulfill them because in the long term you'll be damaging other people and even yourself? Who cares? There's no long term, for tomorrow we all die. Let's then leave nothing behind. You don't want Jesus. You've met him, you've heard what he's like, what he likes and dislikes. He was a homeless, sober, virgin because he so chose, and he was against almost everything that you consider to be fun. He was a rebel. He went against the powers that be. He didn't care about power, he didn't care about fitting in into some group, he cared about the truth. And as you know, the truth takes the fun out of everything. Everything that is immoral and goes against God. You may think it and say it out loud because it sounds good and honorable to others, but be honest for a second, you'd never want to spend any time with him. If you would bring him around your friends would stop being your friends. If you did what he told you, you would rebel against him. We all do in the beginning and from time to time, but you would resent him. You would cheat on him on purpose and then kiss him with your lips still wet from that other god with no regret or shame. That's what you get for making me feel bad about the things that bring me great pleasure. You say you want a good guy, but not really. You can ask him to change your heart every day until he does, but you don't want what's good. You don't want to practice what he preaches. So why would you get resurrected? Enjoy your life, sweetie, please, do enjoy it. Because this is the only one you will ever get. Oh, and by the way, death doesn't mean ceasing to exist, it means burning in hell forever away from God, because you so choose. And are still choosing every single day. What, that's not a choice? If someone has something you don't, what will you do to them? How will you treat them? Why do you have to make them go through hell just because you're jealous and envious? What choice did you give them? Don't make me feel inferior just by being yourself or you will pay. While God said, don't make my son sacrifice for your past, present and future sins and my commands inferior to your ways or you will pay. It's not a choice, it is reality. You may not like it or agree with it, but you cannot change it. Even without God, you know the reality, the consequences of your actions towards others. You simply don't care. Since we all die, what does it matter? But what about the quality of that life, does that matter? You have one life, and this is what you want to leave behind? It doesn't matter, it truly doesn't. But it does. Of course, it does. And only God knows how to live life in the right way. And no one and nothing else does. There'll be no life after death for you, but there'll be for me. Why? Because I'm better than you? No. Because I accepted the love of Jesus Christ and I do my best to follow his ways. It's funny how people make plans for the future, save money for the future, don't do certain actions because of the future, they control themselves for the future, but not for God. That doesn't even make sense. Further showing that if you can't do and enjoy what God asks of you right now, while you have a buffer, what makes you think you would do then when you're naked and in the presence of all of his fiery glory? The fire that burns people in hell is the same fire that warms up and illuminates the people in heaven. So, when you hear God's words, do they burn you up, or do they warm you up while illuminating the truth that was hidden from you?